We're going to be learning now the Musaf for Parashat Tazria, Wednesday from Chok L'Yisrael. Ikar Teshuvah, the essence of Teshuvah, hu acharata, is regret. Yachil levavo kira umar v'azvo et Hashem. He should take to heart that he's bad and bitter, the fact that he abandoned Hashem. Ve'asim elibo ki yesh onesh v'nakam v'shilem ale avon. He should remember and realize that there is punishment for sin. So he brings a pasuk here that indicates that we are held accountable for our actions. So a person should fear the sword and the anger that comes for the sin. He should regret his evil actions. He should say to himself in his heart, Me asiti, how could I have done that? How could I have not been afraid of Hashem? And I was not afraid from the tochachot and from the rebuke al-avon on the sins. In other words, how could the person have done sins? How could have gone off the path when if he thought about it, he would be afraid from the suffering that would come as a result of doing the wrong things. Lo chabalti al gufi, I did not have mercy or pity on my body. Velo chasa'eni alav mishachato mipnei hana'at rega, and I was not even caring about it to destroy just because of hana'at rega, of the pleasure of just a moment, of momentary pleasure. ונמשלתי לאיש שיגזול ויחמוס ויאכל וישבע. He was like a man who stole and eats and is satisfied. ויודע, but he knows, כי אחרי אוכלה, after he eats, אחרי אוכלו, ואחרי שתו, and after he eats and drinks, יגרס השופט בחצת שיניו. The judge will make him eat gravel. כעניין שנאמר, ערב לאיש נחם שקר, ואחר ימלא פיו חצץ. And he brings a pasuk here from Mishlei that indicates that after a person does a sin, he will be held accountable, and it's like eating gravel. V'ra'a mizot, even worse than that. Ki haiti ala nefesh ha'ikara achzari, I was cruel towards my soul. V'nitme'a begilulei yitzri, and the soul became defiled and sullied and dirtied with the filth of the Yetzer Hara. And what benefits would it be for all these acquisitions if it's considered to be evil in the eyes of its master? How could I have traded this world which is only temporary with the world that is forever in Olam Haba? איך נמשלתי כבהמות נדמתי והלכתי אחרי יצרי כסוס כפרד אין אבין וטעיתי מדרך השכל. How could I be like the animals? And I went after my impulse, just like a horse, or just like a mule. And Avin, without understanding, and I've deviated from the path of Haskel, of intelligence. והנה הבורא נפח באפי נשמת חיים, חוכמת לב וטובת שכל, חוכמת לב וטובת שכל. Hashem gave me a soul that has wisdom, that has understanding, intelligence. להכירו, to know him, וליראה מלפניו, and to be God-fearing, ונמשול בגוף, and to be able to rule over my body, וכל תולדותיו, כהשם שילה השאר בעלי חיים. The same way that man has the capacity to rule over other creatures, over the rest of creation, he has also the ability to rule over his own body, his own impulses. Even makes it rule on animals that are not able to speak like man. That the soul of a person is so precious and honored to Hashem. And I was created for such a high purpose. And he was in me the opposite of that. In other words, why even is there a purpose for existence? If a person wastes away that high ability to run away after things that are not right and to go off the path. שנאמר, אדם טועה מדרך השכל, בקהל רפאים ינוח. A person that strays away from the path of intelligence, בקהל רפאים ינוח, as if he lived in the company of the dead. ועוד כי כמשפט הבהמה לא עשיתי. I didn't even behave like an animal. אבל שפלתי ממנה, I was even lower than an animal. כי ידע שורקונהו וחמור. It was בעליו. Because even an ox knows its owner. And a donkey recognizes its master's feeding trough, the place where they eat. ואני לא ידעתי ולא התבוננתי. But I did not even know, did not pay attention, did not consider. ושלחתי נפשי לחופשי מאדוניה, and I sent my soul free from its master. טעמתי צופי ונשיתי סופי. He is a play on word that it rhymes. טעמתי צופי, meaning I tasted the pleasures. ונשתי סופי, ונשיתי, and I forgot Sofi, my end. In other words, a person just thinks about short term, the pleasure of this world, and he forgets that he's going to be accountable at the end of days. Vegazalti, and I stole, vechamasti, and I extorted, ve'aldal bosasti, and I trampled over the poor. Velo zacharti yom hamavet, I did not recall the day of death. Asher lo yash'il lifnei nishmati bilti geviyati, which will not leave for my soul anything except for my corpse. Ve'admati, and the earth in which a person is buried. Ve'inyan hazeh asher bi'arnu, and this which we explained this in this Musar. Hu asher diber Yirmiyahu alav shalom. This is what the prophet Yirmiyahu said. En ish niham ala ato lemor me'asiti. No man regrets his wickedness, saying, what did I do? In other words, not realizing the wrong actions and not realizing how much a person is able and has the capacity to achieve so much more, and not realizing that the pleasure of one small moment can do away with a lot of reward in Olam Haba. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.